reset in SwiftUI is hard? Let's prove it is not. This is a continuation from the previous Firebase login tutorial that I created a few months ago. So in this tutorial, the user will be able to reset their password. Just say if I try to log in and I couldn't remember my password. I'll enter my email address now. But I forgot my password, so I just enter anything. Click on sign in. I'm unable to sign in because it's not the right credentials. So now I'll click on forgotten passwords. Now I will reset my password by typing in my email address. When I type in my email address, I will be sent a password reset link. It should be .co.uk. And then I can then open up the email and then reset my password by clicking on the link. Now I can apply my new passwords. I'll just call the password test with 4 nines. And now I should be able to sign back into the app using the new password. Test with 4 nines. Or was it test? iOS Insights. Was it 3 nines? I'll type in the email address again. iOS Insights.co.uk. So it's test with 3 nines. Yeah, that's correct. So that's the feature we'll be creating today in this tutorial. Remember, this is a continuation from the previous tutorial that we created. So the first thing we need to do is to create a new SwiftUI view. Name the view, password reset view. Click on create. We also need to import Firebase Auth. We also need to apply a few @state variables. We need an @state variable for email, @state variable for message, also an @state variable for to detect if any error has happened, which will be a Boolean data type. And then On lines 18, we need to add a VStack, spacing 20. Within our VStack, we need to include a reset caption, which is reset your passwords. Add a bit of style for the font, font title. Make the title bold. We also need to apply a text field to enable the user to enter their email address. It should be your email. And then that will be bound to the $email, that state variable that we just created. The keyboard type will be email address, keyboard type dot email address. Auto capitalization is none, because we don't want words to be capitalized. The user has to capitalize it themselves manually. Add a bit of padding, background, grey, with opacity of 0.1, and corner radius will be 10. Let's see if the preview works. The next thing we need to do is to add a button. The purpose of the button will enable the action to be performed. So when the action will be performed, it will call a method called send password reset, which we need to create afterwards. I'll just copy it so I don't make a mistake. I'm typing it, send password reset. The button will have the caption send reset link, which will be in bold and will include some padding. The background will be blue, and the foreground color will be white. The corner radius, should be corner radius, will be 10. And then after that, we just need to add, I need to add another line. And so the next thing we need to do is to create the function called send password reset. And we can create that function anywhere after line 40. And this will enable the user to reset their forgotten password, to enable them to log back in to the application. Send password reset. So the reset link will be sent via Firebase. I think I spelled it incorrectly. Let me just copy this one. It looks really similar. Reset. I'll just copy this one. and replace it with this one. It's missing. Have I missed anything out? Send password reset. And that should be reset. I spelled reset incorrectly. So R-E-S-E-T. Yeah, that's correct now. So within the password reset function, we need to have a guard statement. The purpose of the guard statement is to detect if the user has entered a value in the password field or not. So if the user has entered a value in the password field, then the password will then go to the Firebase function and then be submitted to Firebase. Else it will display this following error that I'm typing out now. Email required. Email is required. Is error. Since the email is required, that means an error has happened. So is error is true. And then we just exit the function by using the return keyword. But in the event that that the email was valid, we then try to call the password send password reset method within Firebase using Auth. So we type in Auth, and then call send password reset, the first one that's overloaded. And then we just pass our variable, our email variable. And then within our closure, we capture any errors that may happen. So if let error equals error, if an error has happened, then we display this error within our variable message. Error, and then we localize the error. Error dot localize description. If error equals true, since the error is true, the error has happened. Else, no errors happen, so the user will be shown this message, which is a password link. A password reset link has been sent. A password reset link has been sent to the email that they supplied earlier in the process. And then we just reassign is error equals to false because an error hasn't happened since we were able to send our password reset link. And then what else do we need to do? Following return is treated as an argument of return equals an error. So after lines 46, we should have a closing bracket there. And we need to delete this additional bracket on line 61. I'll compile it now to see if it's okay. It's just compiling at the moment. Still compiling. Still compiling. The map is just too slow. I'll just continue to type the rest of the code, and then we can compile or run it at the end. So the next thing we need to do is to check to see if any errors have occurred. If an error has happened, then we need to display the error within the text field. So if message is not empty, if the message isn't empty, that means an error has occurred. So we display the message of the error in the text element, as you can see on line 41. And then we can also display the foreground color of the error message to red. Else it's displayed to green. To enable the application to work with errors that include multiple lines, we can use the multi-line text alignment and then apply center so that it's centered. Add a bit of padding to the top, with 10. Add some spacing, or add a spacer. And then the last thing we need to do is just add padding at the end, before the end of the function on line 49. We just add padding. Try to compile it one more time. It's really taken a long time to compile. But anyway, if you have any issues in compiling it, just like submit a message in the comment and I will reply to your comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more Swift and SwiftUI tutorials.